Hi, good evening or good morning, wherever you are in the world. I thought I'd just do a short video on the present circumstances and situation that we're all facing in the world. I don't think now there's one country that's not been touched by it. And just to really offer my sort of advice, if you like, whether you want to take it or not, on how to keep yourself sane if you're like me, living alone in a house, a big house, or even a small house, even worse. You need something to keep yourself on the straight and narrow, because we don't know how long this is going to last as such, but I think it'll be several weeks, many weeks, if not a month or two. So you need to actually keep yourself sane somehow. Difficult, I know, but we have to keep positive, and this will be over at some point, and hopefully sooner than we all expect. So here are some of my sort of tips and stuff on how to try and keep yourself sane, how to try and keep yourself positive, and how to keep yourself motivated. So if you don't agree, then you don't agree, but this is what I think, okay? So, one of the most important things to do is to have a routine. I gave up my corporate level job about 7 years ago now, and they offered good money. I took the money and ran, basically. But this left me with a situation that before I could retire, or semi-retire, I had to get by. So I started to look at being self-employed. But the biggest problem for the first year, because I had to take a year out to decide what to do and how to do it. It was basically trying to get my head around the different circumstances, much like now. So the most important thing that I discovered is you've got to have a routine. You must have a routine. No matter what you have to do in the day, even if you have nothing in particular in your mind that you have to do, keep to a routine. So that involves looking what I've written down here. Get up at a set time in the morning still. I still get up in general around 6:30, 7 a.m, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. Depends. I've been speaking to Angelica in the Philippines in the middle of the night. But again, I make sure I get up at 7 o'clock at the latest, usually 6:30. Today a bit later, 8 o'clock. But get up, don't languish in bed and start looking at Facebook or YouTube and stuff while you're laying, okay? So that's the most important thing. Same as going to bed in the evenings, just have a set bedtime still. Don't stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning watching Netflix and things. Just set yourself a time as if you had to go to work the next day. Again, part of the routine, get up early, get up normal time, eat breakfast like you used to do, and shower, etc. It's important to do a bit of self-care and make sure that you look after yourself in these times. Eat breakfast, eat sensibly, just the normal things, just trying to keep everything a little bit of sanity here, yeah? Maybe the next thing to do, and it's not particularly my choice because I've got a different slight routine, but we're allowed to go out for a walk in the local area to where you live, so why not do it straight after your breakfast? It gets you out and about for 20 minutes or so. It gives you a purpose for getting up, and gives you some fresh air and gets the body going first thing in the morning. So that's one of the things I would recommend doing, unless there's another exercise routine or something you've got. So that's another one. Again, when you come back in the house, same with me, I decide that I will tidy up, clean, etc. Put the hoover around, wash the sinks, clean the toilets, do some of it each day or do it all in one day, but have a routine set so that, you've got something to do to keep you occupied. Then have a break, have a coffee break, grab a biscuit, maybe FaceTime some of your friends or family. Again, speak to them, try and keep off the subject of the situation we're in, and just talk about as many normal things as you can. Even talk about memories and stuff. All things to keep your mind occupied. I'm just reading what I've done. I can't read what I've written here now. Oh yeah, set a task, every day to do, apart from the normal routine. There's got to be jobs that, we've all been putting off because of being busy with our lives, with work and everything else. So now's the time to do them, hey? So, in my situation, I've got plenty to do because I'm sorting things out in the loft and preparing for my eventual move. So, decide to sort out that tool cupboard, decide to sort out the shed. I know you can't take it all to the tip or, flog it or anything just yet. Put it into like different piles and stuff somewhere, or, store it in an order that when we can finally get out again, we go ahead and do it all in one go then. I can imagine there's going to be a long queue for the tip. In our case at Chelsea Meadow, which is our local tip in Plymouth in the UK where I live. So, but again, set yourself a task. If it's a big task, like I'm actually doing the garden, I did have a gardener coming in to completely redo the garden before I go away, because I didn't think I have time. Unfortunately, they've had to not, come again for the same reason as everybody else. So I decided I set myself an hour every day, probably, mostly it's the afternoons, 4 o'clock-ish, just to go out for an hour, do a bit of the garden. The way I look at it, I'm saving myself 10 quid an hour at the same time. But I'm gradually getting through it, that's gradually getting done. And then I'll do an hour of tidying, I'll do an hour of sorting stuff out in the loft. So if you set times to everything, then, you get everything done bit by bit every day. You don't get bored with doing the same thing because you're only doing an hour of it. Have a break, have coffee, chat to somebody else again. Just keep the day as normal as you can, but always set yourself tasks. Set yourself goals as well. If you've got something you want to do, like in my case, I will say each day, right, I'm going to dig over that area there. When that's done, then I stop for the day, but I've achieved something. Okay. Okay. So you've got your routine sorted out. Roughly, you've got tasks and stuff you're setting yourself. But here's a biggie, and to me, it was a real biggie this time. I am a bit of a news file, and I've always had, for the last several years. But when I'm in the house, I've always got the news channels on. They're on constantly in the day. But this time, it was just getting too much because of the negative style of reporting they've decided they're going to do, with very little positivity. So what I do now, I watch about 20 minutes of the main news channel, say 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. Or 8 a.m. just depends, but I only watch it once, and I watch it for 20 minutes until they finish the sort of main stories, and as soon as they start going into any details of like the digging, etc., I turn off. I turn to another channel. I watch anything that gives me a little bit of sanity. Look, there's so many channels to choose from, even on Freeview. So I tend to watch a lot of the sort of car repair, rebuild programs. I also watch programs to do with antiques. I watch adventure programs. Some of the holidays in the sun, those type of things. I know it's things that you think, yeah, okay, we can't do that at present, but it's memories, and it's also things we will do again. Promise you, it will come back soon. So limit yourself to, like I say, the main thing. The other important thing, it's very, very, very easy. Also, if you're going to be on social media, particularly Facebook, if you're looking for negativity, you'll find it. You will find it in reams, really. So the best thing to do, again, is look through your main people that you read about on every day, and if you've got some people, and there are some people that they're obviously want to focus on the doom and gloom side of things, and they keep trolling up different reports about how many's died here and all this disaster there, and all these theories about who's responsible and conspiracies, etc. Don't need that crap. Really don't need that crap. So do what I do, unfollow them so you won't see it. It makes no difference. They know no more than me and you do. They're just assuming, and they tend to be like looking on the negative side all the time. It doesn't do your state of mind any good. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help. Just don't follow them, and just keep to the people that post up the things of their cats, or anything that's funny. They spread jokes and sort of anything but the stuff to do with the very thing that we're trying to avoid. So it's very important. We've got a few weeks, if not months or two at least, of this at this level, and then it'll be a very slow lift back to normal. So there's a long haul on this, so you've got to keep your sanity. So focus on the positive, not the negative. That's one of my main points of advice. So what else have I written down? Social media, yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Again, I'm just saying, I wrote down earlier that it's not as if you're abandoning these people, because they'll always find other people that want to listen and talk to them anyway. They're not going to be lonely. Don't worry about them. And at the same time, it's all the people that were focusing on all the bad aspects we've had in the past about, first of all it was the Scottish referendum, then it was the Brexit, then there was, just name it. They will always be focusing on these negative points. Don't need them. Really don't need them. Okay, so try and do something fun. I mean, I tend to, go surfing on YouTube looking for a lot of comedy shows and stuff, that we've watched before, and comedians, and there's an awful lot of stuff there. You just sit and think about it, and it's amazing what you see and think, oh yeah, I haven't looked at that for a long time. Just something to keep yourself positive. Yeah, so really to finish off, do whatever you have to do to keep yourself sane. Maybe even if you can speak to your neighbours from your garden. So as a final thing to end this video, just do anything you want, to just make yourself laugh. Do crazy things. Don't care what people think about you. I've never have done, never will do. So I'm totally sane. Me and Angelica go a bit crazy sometimes. We've been playing with TikTok.
Wow, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance. Wow.
Yeah, but again, doesn't matter. It's a bit of fun. We find ourselves laughing hilarious at it. That's what you need now. I mean, anyway, all my little routines and stuff, everything's working. Yeah, I'm staying sane. What I tend to do in the evenings, after I've got everything sorted out, sit down, have a game of cards, yeah, with the guys. So, whose turn is it? Long ears. What's he saying to him? Yeah, I know he doesn't give a duck, but he can't help it. It's because he's a duck. Anyway, my turn. Jack. Snap. I'm not mad. It's working. I'm totally sane. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay sane, stay safe, and keep an eye out for my next video. Please like and subscribe to Martin's Living on an Island. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.